Okay, today we are going to discuss wonderful yogas, Dana yogas. So, Dana yogas means money, house, vehicle, luxuries, comforts. So, now let us take, when we are talking about Dana yogas, first we have to check Venus. From Venus, Mercury is in the first house, fifth house, or ninth house, or third house, seventh house, 11th house, or in the second house or 12th house, then this yoga is formed. From Venus, we have to check wherever Venus is posited in your horoscope. Suppose Venus is in Aries. From there, fifth house will be Leo and ninth house will be Sagittarius. And third house will be Gemini and seventh house will be Libra and 11th house will be Aquarius. And second house will be Taurus and 12th house will be here Pisces. So from Venus, Mercury is posited in these houses. This beautiful yoga is formed. What does this yoga denote, signify? Actually, you see, we are just combining the Karakattvas. What Karakattvas we are going to combine here? Venus is actually, Venus is wife, Venus is house, Venus is vehicle, Venus is money, Venus is here, comforts and luxury. So, when Venus is strong, how can we say Venus is strong? For example, Venus is having friends in the second house or 12th house or in the 7th house, as we discussed earlier, Venus is strong. And then Venus has Mercury in the 5th house, 9th house, 3rd house, 11th house also, it is strong. So like this, if Venus is conjoined with Mercury in any house, 1, 5, 9, 3, 7, 11, 2, 12, it is strong. So from Venus, Mercury is, for example, Venus is conjoined with Mercury, then this yoga is formed. What is this yoga is called? Multi-millionaire yoga. So how can we say multi-millionaire yoga? So you see, for example, there are one old man, for example, a person has 2 children, 2 sons. Suppose the father gives money, gives the share of the money to both the children here. Suppose the person who has knowledge, he will multiply the money. And the person who do not have knowledge, who do not have talent, who does not have talent, so then what will he do? He will spend the money. So whatever money he will get from, he gets from his father. So Venus is actually money and Mercury is knowledge, Mercury is a talent. So if you have money, with your intelligence, you will multiply your money. If you have talent, if you have knowledge, you will multiply your money. So here Venus is money and here this money is multiplied by your intelligence, with your intelligence. Mercury is intelligence. So that's why simply we can say this is multi-millionaire yoga. And moreover, Venus is actually Lakshmi. Lakshmi is Karka for money. And Narayana, Mercury is Narayana. This is called Lakshmi Narayana Yoga. Wherever Narayana, there will be Lakshmi. So, wherever knowledge is there, there will be money. With your knowledge, you will earn money. So, that's why Lakshmi Narayana Yoga denotes multi-millionaire yoga. This native will have well furnished and luxury independent houses with spacious halls. Here, Venus is house, Mercury is hall. So that's why there will be spacious halls in the house. So most probably the native who has this yoga, will have independent houses. They will reside in independent houses. They will reside in villas because the native is a multimillionaire. So that's why he wants to live in live in an independent house, live in a villa. In the similar way, here Mercury is commerce, commercial, and Venus is house. Venus is complex. So the native will have commercial complexes, shopping complexes. Mercury is shopping here. So the native will have commercial complex, shopping complex, and the native will have landed properties because Venus is money, Mercury is land. If you have money, you will purchase land. So that's why you will become landlord. Venus and Mercury, the native will be a landlord because he will have money, so he will purchase land because Mercury is land. The native will purchase high-end vehicles. So here, luxury cars. Generally, the native will purchase luxury cars and high-end vehicles. So high-end vehicles do not make any noise, noiseless engines. So such as Range Rover, Jaguar, Audi, and Telsa. So here these are generally which are available. These luxury cars, high-end cars. So the native will purchase luxury vehicles and noiseless engine. The cars will have noiseless engine. So such luxury high-end vehicles, Range Rover, Jaguar, Audi, Telsa. So this type of cars the native will purchase. So if Venus and Mercury are together, the native is supposed to become a multi-millionaire, and the native will purchase independent houses, villas. The native will have commercial complex or shopping complex, and the native will purchase landed properties. The native will have high-end vehicles like Range Rover, Jaguar, Audi. So this is yoga. This yoga is called multi-millionaire yoga, Lakshmi Narayana yoga. So next, in general, if Venus and Mercury are together, in general, what happens? Yoga, you keep yoga aside. So you keep the yoga aside, and let us discuss in general what happens. General enough. Here, Venus and Mercury. Mercury is knowledge, and Venus is here money. So the native will be a multi-millionaire. The native will become a multi-millionaire. So the native will become multi-millionaire. And he is highly educated because Venus is actually higher knowledge. So the native will have Mercury is education. So the native will get a higher education, highly educated, and Venus is wife. So wife will also be very intelligent. Wife will also be very intelligent and educated because Venus is wife. Mercury is education. So wife will be educated, and the native will have rich boyfriend or girlfriends. So here Mercury is either boyfriend or girlfriend. That's why the native will have either boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever it may be, but they are rich boyfriends, rich girlfriends. And youngest siblings here, Mercury is youngest siblings. So that's why here Venus is rich. So that's why youngest siblings may become rich. So youngest sister, youngest brother. Youngest siblings means brother or sister. So youngest siblings may become rich. So like this, If Venus and Mercury are together, the native will be multimillionaire. He will have independent houses, villas, and he will have shopping complex or commercial complex and landed properties, high-end vehicles, and wife will be also educated, and he will have rich friends, and his siblings also rich, and his younger sister. Venus is actually younger sister. So, younger sister may be educated, and daughter also. Venus is daughter. Daughter also will be highly educated. But this yoga may be cancelled if Venus, Mercury are. This yoga will be cancelled if Venus, Mercury are connected with the Sun, Mars, and Moon, Ketu. The native will have disputes. This yoga will be cancelled if Venus, Mercury are connected with Sun, Mars, Moon, Ketu. The native. So what happened here? The native will have disputes with either wife or friends or business partners or lovers, and legal problems are he will have. The native will have legal problems or court cases or imprisonment. So Karavas here court cases. For example, let us see some examples so that you will get the picture. From Venus, we have to take, this is the first house and fifth house and ninth house. From Venus, third house, seventh house, 11th house. From Venus, second house and 12th house. Okay. So now Venus has Mercury in the third house. So now Venus is connected to Mercury or not. So that's why this is the horoscope of Shiva Nadar, one of the billionaire in India. One of the millionaire, even he might be billionaire also. Shiva Nadar, one of the millionaire in India. So Venus and Mercury, as Venus has Mercury in the third house, so Venus is connected to here Mercury. So that's why we can say the person may become rich. So let us see one more example. This is actually my client, actually Shashi Chopra. Now she is in IT department. His daughter learned astrology from me. And you see, from Venus, Mercury is in the third house. From Venus, Mercury is in the third house. So it denotes that the native will be rich. The native will be rich and highly educated also. Here Venus is the female native. The female native will be highly educated. Not only wife. If it is a female horoscope, the female native will be highly educated. And this is actually South Indian film star. He is actually South Indian film star Rajinikanth. In his horoscope, we can see Mercury and Venus together. So this also denotes that the native is rich. The native is rich. And next, let us check Padma Yoga. This is called Padma Yoga, Lakshmi Yoga. Padma means, you see, Padma symbolizes Sri Maha Lakshmi. So, Padma is, lotus flower is symbol of Sri Maha Lakshmi. So, Padma Yoga is formed with 4 planets, that is Venus is lotus flower, Mercury is mud, Moon is water, and Ketu is stem of the flower or the root of the flower. So, lotus flower has a stem and root. The stem and root is Ketu, and Mercury is mud in the water. And generally, Venus flower, where does it blossom? It blossoms on the water in a pond. So, actually, it floats on the water, but its roots are, its stem is rooted in the mud. So, that mud is Mercury, and water is here Moon, and Venus is Padma, and Ketu is the stem of Venus. So, this is actually Padma. For example, we can say Padma. Okay. So, the Padma actually has a stem. So, this stem is actually, this is Padma, for example.
Sir, why Mercury mud?
Mercury is earth. Mercury is mud. Earth is ruled by Mercury. Okay.
Okay.
So land is Mercury, right? Land means earth. Okay. Earth, mud, land, all these are actually ruled by Mercury. Bhudevi. Actually, Mercury is Bhudevi. Understand? Bhudevi means earth. The god is of earth.
Okay, sir.
The god is earth. Bhumi. So now this Padma Yoga is formed. Venus, Mercury, Moon, Ketu, and Mercury is mud, Moon is water, Ketu is root, Venus is lotus flower. This combination should be connected to northern signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Taurus. So here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces are actually northern signs, and here you see Aries and Taurus. So these are northern signs. Where does actually Venus get exalted, in which house? Pisces. So whenever Venus is, wherever any planet is exalted, the next house also will be very strong for that planet, because it has just come out of exalted position. So that's why Aries here, exalted position. From Pisces it comes to Aries, and next its own house, Taurus is its own house. That's why the sequence will be so here Venus will be strong, Pisces and Aries and Taurus. These three zodiac signs, it is also strong. So then the native will become multimillionaire. This native will run different types of business. So if you check one horoscope, you will get the picture very well. And let us check first Mukesh Ambani horoscope. Mukesh Ambani. It's a wonderful horoscope. And Venus is lotus flower. And Mercury is mud. And Ketu is a stem. So one rule is, what did we discuss? If Venus is posited in northern signs or Aries or Taurus, this yoga is formed. So Venus is here posited in Aries along with Ketu and Mercury, and water we need. In the same direction we have Moon, water. In the same direction we have Moon. So now Venus is conjoined with Mercury, Ketu, Moon. So we have to check from Venus 159, 159 and 3, 7, 11. So any yoga, whatever yoga we are discussing, any yoga is formed, so based on the conjunction. So Venus is here conjoined with Mercury, Ketu, Moon. So that's why it is formed. And here you may ask, sir, Sun is here enemy of Venus? Of course, maybe. But Jupiter is aspecting here Venus. And moreover, Jupiter and Sun is also formed here one yoga, that is called Jivi plus Atma, Jivatma Samyoga. And Jupiter and Ketu is also formed Dvajakirti Yoga. Dvajakirti Yoga means flag yoga. You see, any country, if it goes to any country, so there will be red carpet. Red carpet will be rolled in front of him, right? So even in India, he is in a position to influence even the politicians also. So such a highest position he has. So that is because of Jupiter and Sun, Jupiter and Ketu. And moreover, Sun and Ketu is also one yoga. Sun and Ketu is also royal flag yoga. That's why, as I told you, even in our in India, he always, whatever government comes, it may be Congress or any other political party, even in now BJP also, whatever party it may be, this man always influence any party, any government, because he is the richest man in India. So that is the thing. And now you see one more beautiful, Saturn and Jupiter, both are conjoined here. So Saturn and Jupiter, this is Dharma Karma Yoga, and this yoga is actually enhanced by Rahu. So very big position. So Saturn, Jupiter, Dharma Karma Yoga is there, and Jupiter Sun, Jivatma Sam Yoga is there. Jupiter Ketu, Dvajakirti Yoga is there, and Sun Ketu, Royal Flag Yoga, Dvajakirti Yoga is there. So all four important yogas are there. Moreover, Jupiter plus Venus, Sanjeevani Yoga is there. So now already Venus, Mercury, that is Lakshmi Narayana Yoga is there. And now Venus, Mercury, Ketu, Moon, Padma Yoga is there. So like this, the native has every yoga, each and every yoga. So as he has multiple yogas in his horoscope, he became the richest person in India. Even among top 10, always he is supposed to be in top 10 every year. So up and downs common generally, you see, based on transits. Sometimes they will rise and sometimes they will fall. That is common to everybody. So this is called Padma Yoga.
सर मून एंड वीनस लॉस योगा नहीं बोलेंगे?
No. Here Venus, Mercury, Ketu, Moon, that is Padma Yoga, because Venus is in the special houses, as we discussed earlier. Venus is in Aries. Venus is in northern signs like Karkatak and Vrichika, Meena, Mesha and Vrishabha. If Venus is connected to Moon, Mercury, Ketu, Padma Yoga is formed. Padma Yoga, when there is Padma Yoga, there will be no loss. Okay?
Sir, when Mercury in Pisces?
Where Pisces? No, here we are talking about, it may be 11th house. Then what happens? So suppose you are telling Mercury is in the 12th house here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then also it is connected. 1.9, 3, 7, 11, 2, 12. Mercury is aspecting Venus or not? That is important.
Okay.
And next yoga, this is also wonderful yoga. Many people, generally the richest people, will have this yoga. Venus and Rahu. You check in any horoscope. Venus and Rahu are together. This combination is considered to be Bahudravya Yoga. Kumarji, you have this yoga. So in Jupiter rounds, when it will be multiplied, generally when this yoga will be activated and blossom, when this yoga will blossom, so it depends on your Jupiter rounds. So definitely, but it denotes big house, big vehicle, big all big things. So Venus Rahu is here. This combination is considered to be Bahudravya Yoga. Bahu means Rahu and Dravya means here Venus. Bahudravya Yoga. And Apara Kubera Yoga. So Kubera is actually the guardian of Sri Maha Lakshmi treasury and equal to Sri Maha Lakshmi treasury or whatever, there is a mythological stories. So Anyhow, he is equal to Kubera means he will become, he is just like a Kubera. That means he will have as much money as Kubera has. So the native will have big apartments here. Venus is house, Venus is complex, Venus is mansion, Venus is apartment. And Rahu is big. That's why the native will have big apartments, duplex houses, multi-storied buildings, and the native will have more than two houses, more properties, more vehicles, more land properties. So multi land properties and multi storied building and multi cars, different cars. So there may be house and land related properties in the name of the native's wife also, because Venus is wife and Venus itself properties Rahu and Venus. So wife will also have properties. The native will purchase many cars, big vehicles such as Odyssey, Honda, Odyssey, Innova, Crista, buses, trucks, metro train, aeroplane. So the native will become a multi-millionaire here. So Venus is actually money and Rahu is multiplier. Rahu always multiplies. So it is a multiplier. So that's why it will multiply the money. So that's why money, he will become multi-millionaire. Multi-millionaire. Venus Rahu combination multi-millionaire. And at the same time, the native will purchase big cars. Big cars means here many people can travel through these vehicles. Suppose it is a bus, as many as 50 or 60 members can travel. If it is, for example, aeroplane, as many as 100 people can travel like this. So metro train, so as many as 200, 300 people can travel. So these people generally purchase big vehicles. It may be train, it may be aeroplane. So train means, you see nowadays metro trains are privatized actually, not government based. So that's why metro train. So the CEO of the metro train may have this yoga. So many people have nowadays own air jets. All the heroes, most of the heroes, like many heroes have aeroplanes. If you check in their horoscope, they will have Venus and Rahu together. And the native will become multimillionaire. And here trucks, buses, and Innova Crista and Honda Odyssey, these are big vehicles actually. So luxury and big vehicles. So can be Venus and Rahu. From the combination Venus and Rahu, one gets big vehicles, whatever vehicle it may be. And now the native will have secret love affairs, also love marriages, because Venus Rahu both are planets of secrecy, too much secrecy. They don't tell anything with others. They don't tell anything to others. They maintain secrecy. So you see, though they have love affair, they will not reveal to anybody. Though they have money, they won't tell I have money. They won't. Then they will never say they have money. So like this, these people are very secretive. So secret people, and they will also get love marriages. They may have love affairs, but they won't tell anybody. The native is good at kissing here. So here Rahu is lips and Venus is cheeks. Generally we kiss on the cheeks or beauty spot, any beauty spot. So that's why. So they are experts and they are interested in kissing. And these people may have black money also. Every rich, generally you see the rich politicians, rich people, generally they maintain black money. So because they cannot pay taxes, so in order to avoid taxes, generally they maintain some secret money. So that is black money. And if Rahu is in higher degree and Venus in lower degree, it gives ill health or untimely death to wife. So actually Rahu is a dosha and Venus is Saptama dosha, because from Aries, the 7th house lord is Venus. Even 2nd house lord is also Venus. 2nd is Kudumbasthana and 7th is Kalatrasthana. So here For male, Kudumba and Kalatra both are same because wife is family, and in the family members, the wife will be instrumental. So she plays a pivotal role. And when it comes to seventh house, that is Kalatrasthana, Vivahasthana. So wife. That's why Venus and Rahu generally, when they are connected, so Kalatras dosha. That means it may be danger to wife, or marriage may be delayed, or there may be some separation or something because of this Rahu and Venus. And ill health, most cases we see ill health to wife, untimely death to wife. And it even also denotes it even also does not give female progeny. Suppose Rahu is in higher degree, that means Rahu is in 20 degree, Venus is in 5 degree, for example. So if Rahu is in higher degree, so it anti-clockwise it will come and finish Venus. That's why there will be danger to wife, no female progeny, and if at all the native gets female progeny, there will be danger. It denotes Saptama dosha and marital problem. There may be delay of marriage for men and disputes with wife. And grandfather here, Rahu is grandfather. So grandfather may be rich because here Venus is richer. So grandfather is rich and has higher knowledge. And the native also get properties from grandfather, paternal grandfather, Venus Rahu. Rahu is grandfather. So we can add here the native will get paternal properties, ancestral properties, or treasure. So treasure hunt, generally people hunt treasure. First, Venus and Rahu are together or not, we have to check. Then only the native will get a treasure, any treasure related to our ancestral property. So generally people will ask, sir, we feel that there is some treasure in our house, in our area. So can we take? So there may be serpent there. So how can we remove that sarpadosha and sarpakattu? So they will ask like this. So if Venus and Rahu are together, first he will get treasure or not, treasury. So that treasure you will get or not, first we have to check.
सर ग्रैंडफादर की जो प्रॉपर्टी है वो उसमें राहु और शुक्र की डिग्री कैसे होनी चाहिए?
So degree is not necessary. That's not a problem. That's not a problem.
Okay.
That's not a problem. Generally, if it is lower degree, then definitely that is because that is the left property. Grandfather left some property, so it will come to you. If it is in lower degree, that is better. So suppose Rahu is in lower degree and Venus is in higher degree, then Rahu leaves the property for you. So that's why you will get that property. So that's why if it is in lower degree, it is better. And even treasury also. So if there is any treasure, you can hunt a treasure. If you have this yoga, Venus and Rahu, then only you will get treasure. And one more thing is here, this yoga may be cancelled if Venus Rahu is conjoined with moon. So this yoga will be either be cancelled or the native will become bankrupt or insolvent. So if he takes loans, he will not be able to clear his debts.
Sir, I have.
Yeah, that's why because of moon you are not getting fully. But anyhow you will enjoy everything. So Venus Rahu moon means you will get properties and everything. But at the same time you may lose some properties. So you should be very careful. So better keep the properties in the name of wife or your children. That will be better. Okay. So anyhow,
काली पूजा कर सकते हैं इसमें?
Yeah, that is okay. That is a remedy is a different thing. Okay.
Okay.
Remedy is a different thing. Moon Rahu Venus generally. So Rahu Moon combination generally it denotes any Shakti Swarupa. That is okay. Generally Venus is your Lakshmi Puja and Kamala Devi, Dashmaha Vidya. Kamala Puja is very important. Kamala. In Dashmaha, 10 Dashmaha Vidyas, right? So, Kamala is one of the Dashmaha Vidya, last Vidya. That is. So, that is better. Venus Rahu Moon is there.
Kamala is Lakshmi?
Yes, Lakshmi. Kamala is Lakshmi. Yes. So, one more example, and before discussing that example, let us see is Gayathri Bezos. So, founder of Amazon, now he is the top most richest man in the world. And you see in his horoscope, Venus has Rahu in the 5th house. This is the first one, and this is the 5th one. And moreover, Mercury is in the 11th house. So here Mercury is aspecting Venus. Mercury is aspecting Venus. So that's why, moreover, you see wonderful yogas, he has Sun and Ketu. I told you many times, Sun and Ketu are together, royal flag yoga. Whatever country they may go, whichever country they may go, they will be here, as I told you, red carpet treatment. They will be treated, so rolling a red carpet. Okay. And Saturn and Jupiter, Dharma Karmadi yoga. What beautiful yogas. Okay. So, like this, the native has here very good yogas. And Saturn has Venus in the 2nd house. So, that is also Dana yoga. Now, that is what we are going to discuss now. And one more yoga, beautiful yoga we have. Let's discuss. Yeah, this is actually Gautam Adani. He is also now billionaire, we can say. Rahu and Venus are together. And from 11th house, Mercury is aspecting from opposite direction, Venus. Okay. So this is wonderful. And you see Saturn and Jupiter both are here aspecting each other. Dharma Karmadi Yoga, and Jupiter and Sun both are in the same direction. This is Jivatma Yoga. Wonderful yogas he has. And now, last one more yoga let us discuss. And here you see Venus is here with Saturn. Venus is here again, we can say Venus is wife, Venus is marriage for male, and Venus is in female horoscope, the female native. And Venus is here wife. And Venus is money, house, vehicle, luxuries and comfort. This is common. And Saturn is actually work governing planet. Saturn denotes delays. Okay. Saturn denotes work. So this is a wonderful yoga. Saturn is also landlord. So Venus and Saturn are together. This is called Dana yoga. The native will succeed in life after marriage because Venus is marriage wife. So Saturn is delayed. So marriage may be delayed. That's why the native will succeed only after marriage. He gets income from wife's properties, and wife will be working woman. So Venus is wife. Many people ask. So the wife is working, will be working women or not? So before marriage, generally they will ask, my wife will be working women or not? Yes, your wife will be working women because Venus is connected with Saturn. So from Venus, Saturn is in 159, 3711, 212, same formula. If Venus is conjoined with connected to Saturn, then this is Dana yoga. Wife will be working woman. He gets income from wife's properties. Marriage may be delayed. He will purchase house, vehicle, landed properties after marriage. And wife will also purchase properties in her name because she earns. Because wife is also working woman, she will earn money. She will also purchase properties in her name. and the native will flourish after middle age only, because marriage will be delayed, and after marriage only this native will shine in his life. The native will have costly or many servants under his command, because Saturn is here servant and Venus is here luxury costly. So generally, why do the native hire costly servants? You see, there is a logic. If we are worthy our employees, generally our employees are very powerful and worthy of doing anything, so then we will get good production. So when there is good production, we will get more profits. So that's why generally the logic here is, we should always generally whoever has this yoga will hire people with fabulous salaries, and at the same time they will get also fabulous profits also. And the native will have costly and many servants under his command, and powerful Saturn Venus combination shows earnings of the female lady and earnings of wife. In case weak Saturn and Venus combination, servitude or slavery is aligned with the female. So simple, wife, Venus and Saturn are together, wife will definitely will become working woman. But whether she will be working woman or not, how can we tell? Simply we can say, Venus is strong or not, we have to check. If Venus is strong, wife will earn money. Suppose Venus is with Mercury, so she is intelligent, so she can earn money. So Venus is strong or not, we have to check. So from Venus, we have to check any friendly planets in 159 and 371, 212. So like Mercury, Mercury is intelligence. So wife is intelligent, she will earn money. So that's why at least Venus, Mercury is also associated with this combination. Wife will earn money, so that we can predict that the wife will earn money. Okay. And one more is actually already we have discussed that Jupiter and Venus and Jupiter are together. That is also in Jupiter, when we were discussing Jupiter plus other planetary combinations, we discussed this. This is health, wealth and prosperity yoga and Sanjeevani yoga. Venus is with Jupiter. So that means we have to check Venus is with Mercury or not. Venus is with Rahu or not. Venus is with Saturn or not. Venus is with Jupiter or not. Then if Venus is with Venus is either with Mercury or with Saturn or Rahu or Jupiter, then we can predict that the native will be rich and he will purchase your vehicle, even our house also. House yoga, vehicle yoga, both yogas. In Brigu Nadi, we can predict both yogas at a time. House yoga, vehicle yoga, the native will have house yoga, vehicle yoga or not. Simply we can say, so if Venus is conjoined with either Rahu or Mercury or Saturn or Jupiter. So like this. So now you will be able to predict in any horoscope, the native will become rich or not, the native will have house yoga or not, the native will have vehicle yoga or not, the native will enjoy luxuries, comforts. So he will purchase luxury and comfort related luxury goods items. So you see some furniture, luxury furniture we will purchase. So home appliances, luxury home appliances we will have. So like this, if Venus is conjoined with Jupiter or Saturn or Rahu or Venus or Mercury, and if Venus is, for example, with the combination Moon, Ketu, Mercury, that is also Padma Yoga. If there is Padma Yoga also, the native will become rich. So these 5 yogas, here we have discussed 5 yogas. Whoever has these 5 yogas will become rich. And
sir, Jupiter is necessary.
Jupiter is conjoined. Jupiter is the native here. Who will have this yoga? So Jupiter is conjoined with these combinations. Okay. Then only the native will become rich. Suppose Jupiter is not connected. So Jupiter is not connected. Suppose, for example, Mars is connected. So who will become rich? Your brother will become rich. Okay.
Younger brother.
Yeah. So for example, Sun is there. Sun is with Venus Rahu. Sun is with Venus Saturn. Sun is with Venus Mercury. So either your father might be rich or your son may be rich, but not you. So
सर पिता की प्रॉपर्टी तो उसको सन को मिलेगी ना नेटिव को.
yes. So suppose Jupiter is connected to Sun and Venus. So Sun is actually rich or not. First we have to check. Sun is rich or not. We have to check first.
Okay.
So we will take some examples. In practical exams, I will tell you. So when we are discussing some examples, I will show you how the native will get property from parents. Suppose Sun and Ketu are together, there will be disputes with father. He may not get. Suppose Moon and Ketu are together, he may not get property from mother. So here Ketu actually will detach you from your parents. So if Ketu is connected to Sun and Moon, so that is we have to check when we are talking about property, parental property. Okay. So then we will discuss it separately. Okay. In our next class, let us discuss particularly what is this called house yoga in detail. So we have just discussed it. Suppose Venus is with Mercury, Venus is with Rahu, Venus is with Saturn, Venus is with Jupiter. The native will have house and vehicle. But what type of vehicle the native will purchase? What type of house the native will have? Is it government quarters or private quarters? So like this, let us discuss. Suppose you see Narendra Modi now lives in Prime Minister quarters. Okay, that is government allotted bungalow, right? So like this, every CM also generally resides in CM camp office, some special camp office he resides. So some people enjoy here government related properties, but temporarily, that may be temporarily. So some people you see, some poor people, they cannot construct houses. So if government may sanction some houses, so then the people will live in the houses allotted by government. So how these things will be materialized, we will discuss in our next class. Okay, any doubt? Hi, Dheeraj.
Sir, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome. Yeah, if you are there, it will be very helpful to me.
Yes, sir, I can translate in the English.
Okay.
How are you, sir?
Good. Fine. So tomorrow also at the same time we will have, and we will discuss tomorrow this house yoga, vehicle yoga separately, based on the yogas, whatever we have discussed now. Tomorrow also we will discuss, but the combinations will vary from the combinations what we have discussed now. Okay, good night all of you.
Good night. Good night.